Man United really appreciate Lewis Hall, and Man United consider Lewis Hall as an ideal player they would like to add to their squad. So Lewis Hall is in Manchester United list for sure, and is a player internally approved at Manchester United. Then, if you ask me, Man United consider him a top target? Yes. Man United are having some contacts to understand the situation of Lewis Hall? Yes, for sure. But then there is Newcastle. And so before saying that United are going to try all in, we have to understand the Newcastle stance and Newcastle position. So it's going to be a story to follow for sure, because Man United are not done on the market.
Manchester United's summer transfer plans could be about to take another fascinating twist, with reports suggesting the club may now prioritise strengthening the left-back position rather than immediately adding another midfielder. The Red Devils have already worked hard to improve key areas of the squad, but with the new season approaching, the recruitment team must decide where the next major investment will have the biggest impact. Midfield has been viewed as a major concern for much of the summer, especially with United needing greater control, energy and balance in the middle of the pitch. However, the left-hand side of the defence may now be moving higher up the priority list, and one name continues to stand out above the rest: Newcastle United's highly rated young defender, Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is understood to be hugely admired inside Manchester United. The 21-year-old has impressed with his technical quality, intelligence, attacking ability and confidence on the ball. He is not simply a traditional fullback who stays deep and focuses only on defending. Hall is comfortable progressing the ball, supporting attacks, combining with wide players and operating in advanced areas. In the modern Premier League, a top-class left-back can completely transform the balance of a team, and United appear to believe Hall has the qualities to become a long-term solution in that position. However, completing a deal would be extremely difficult. Newcastle United are believed to be privately insisting that Hall is not for sale, and that stance is understandable. He is young, talented, Premier League proven, and has the potential to become one of the leading left-backs in English football. Newcastle would have little reason to make his departure easy, particularly if they see him as an important part of their future project. Manchester United may admire the player, but admiration alone does not complete a transfer. The club would need to find out whether Newcastle's position is truly final or whether a huge offer could change the situation. But this is football, and supporters know that the transfer market can change very quickly. Clubs can publicly describe a player as untouchable before changing their position when a major bid arrives. Financial pressure, player ambition, changes behind the scenes and unexpected opportunities can all influence negotiations. That is why Manchester United will continue to monitor the situation closely. Never say never in football, especially when a club of United's size becomes interested. The biggest question is this: should Manchester United spend heavily on Lewis Hall if Newcastle become willing to negotiate? At 21, he could potentially provide a long-term answer at left-back for many years. He understands the intensity of the Premier League, has shown excellent technical ability and could suit an attacking system. However, Newcastle would likely demand an enormous fee, and United must be careful not to overpay simply because they are searching for a long-term successor in that position. Would Hall be worth a record-level investment for a defender, or should United explore a more affordable alternative and keep more money available for midfield? Meanwhile, the Carlos Baleba situation appears to be gathering serious momentum. The Brighton midfielder reportedly wants to join Manchester United and remains a player the club greatly admire. Baleba has developed into one of the most exciting and powerful midfielders in the Premier League, combining athleticism, strength, ball-carrying ability and defensive intensity. He has the physical qualities needed to compete in difficult Premier League matches, while also possessing the energy to cover large areas of the pitch. For Manchester United, Baleba could represent more than just another midfield signing. He could potentially become a major part of the club's long-term rebuild. United have often struggled when opponents press aggressively or dominate the physical battle in midfield. A player with Baleba's pace and power could help the team recover possession, break through pressure, and carry the ball forward during transitions. His ability to move quickly from defence into attack could be particularly valuable in the fast, aggressive football expected from Manchester United. Brighton would prefer to keep Baleba, and that is no surprise. Brighton have built a reputation for developing talented players and selling only when the conditions are right. They are under no immediate obligation to accept a low offer, but the player's contract situation could become an important factor. Baleba reportedly has 2 years remaining on his current deal, with an option for a further year. That gives Brighton some protection, but it also means the club must carefully consider his future if he becomes increasingly determined to leave. Reports suggest Manchester United need Baleba and his representatives to push for the move,